Back to another video, man, and today we got how Nas made the perfect hip-hop album. You feel me? We haven't done a Nas album reaction or a Nas video in a minute. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all comment down below what is some other Nas album reactions y'all want me to do next. You feel me? We did Illmatic, we did Stillmatic, we did Godson, we did what other albums did we do? I think we did Nostradamus too. Also, we did Nostradamus also. We did, y'all been telling me y'all want me to do Magic 1, 2, and 3. I think that's the name of the albums. Those recently came out like 2021, 2022, you feel me? So we could check those out. I might do a full album reaction to those, so it probably won't be in parts. It'd be straight music. Straight full through album reactions, full, you feel me? So yeah, but this is just kind of, tap in with the Nas supporters. I ain't been dropping no Nas reactions for y'all, but we back here with it. Nas my number 2 favorite rapper right now. I got Pac number 1. So until Nas can prove me otherwise, we gonna see. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Let's see what they talking about on here.
Go by the name of the Illmatic one, Nas. Straight out of Queensbridge, New York.
It's yours. Whose world is this?
Nas is one of the greatest rappers of all time, if not the greatest rapper of all time. And there's no better example of what made Nas great than his debut album, Illmatic.
I'm not gonna lie to you. After this, I reacted to Illmatic twice. I reacted to it, my original first reaction, then I re-reacted to it again. That's probably one of the most, like, hip-hop album-wise, that's like no skips. Undoubtedly no skips. Like, out of all album reactions I've heard, that's probably an album that I probably wouldn't skip. Not a single song off of there I wouldn't skip. Yeah, it ain't hard to tell. That's my favorite song off that album. Like, that I never heard an album reaction from so far based off the 90s that y'all showed me. I couldn't skip. It's Pac albums, trust me, it's Pac albums that I love, but I haven't heard a Pac album from start to finish that I'm like, I couldn't skip. But you gotta think, Pac got, like, he be having a lot of songs on his albums. That album, Illmatic, had like 12 songs. It had like 12 songs, so it wasn't really, that would be considered like a EP. You feel me? That'd be considered an EP in this generation. The EP got like 8 to 10 songs on there. An album got like what, 15 to 20 songs? Shoot, sometimes 30. It's some rappers that drop albums with 30 songs on there. If you dropping an album with 30 songs, my brother, you just got music. You just dropping music. But yeah, man. But it was a small sample size with Illmatic, but it was great. It was great. Stillmatic, one of them albums too. It had a bigger sample size, but it was still no skips for me though. That's just my opinion.
Every once in a while, there's an album that transforms the landscape of music and pushes the art form forward. For hip-hop in 1994, that album would be Nas's Illmatic.
Also, I want to say this. Illmatic was better than Ready to Die. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Illmatic is better than Ready to Die. And in my opinion, I don't think it's close. I genuinely don't think it's close. Maybe I have to go back and re-listen to Ready to Die, like on my own personal time. But that got Gimme the Loot. It got Big Papa. Hold up. Hold up. It got what is that song? It was like a freestyle. Nicki Minaj remixed that song too. It was like, dang. What was the name? No, actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's Nas Illmatic is not bad. I could see why people say Ready to Die is that I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see why people say that. I can actually see why. Cause the sound was more, you could play it in a club. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It was more vibey, more mainstream, I guess. Illmatic was platinum in the hood. Illmatic was platinum in the hood, though. I'm sure it was, and I'm not even from the streets of New York. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm sure it went diamond in the streets. Like, nah. But Illmatic definitely is, in my opinion, I think it is better than Ready to Die. Now, by a long shot, I'm not sure, but it's definitely better than Ready to Die, in my opinion, and I reacted to both albums.
On my born day, I'm 20, it's a blessing.
It's almost impossible to put into words how important this album has been to hip-hop and the evolution of the genre, but if we want to understand what made it so important, we gotta go back to the very beginning.
Here's Wonder Mike, Hank, and Master G, the Sugar Hill Gang.
This is the Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight. Released in 1979, it is generally...
Bro, I know hip hop, the hippity, the hip hop, the stove top, the freak out of here. Freak out of here. That was rap in the 70s, nah, come on now. I'm so glad rap is what it is now.
Gang.
This is the...
They weren't talking about drugs or nothing. It was like a disco beat with a rap flow. Like, nah.
Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight. Released in 1979, it is generally considered to be the first hip-hop song to be officially recorded and released. The song capitalized on the underground scene going on in New York and is responsible for shining bright lights on the hip-hop scene. In the following years after the song was released, hip-hop groups like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five would stamp their names in hip-hop culture across America, adding more artistry to rapping and substance with songs like The Message.
Push me, cause I'm close to the edge.
Hold on, I know this song too, though. Hold on, let me find out I know the 80s rap. Let me find out, though. You feel me? The only 80s artist that I really know is NWA and Eric B. and Rakim. I'm not gonna lie to you. Eric B. and Rakim, I think, do I think they're better than NWA? I don't know. I gotta listen to more of their albums. I only listen to one album by Eric B. and Rakim. Feel me? If y'all want me to react more to them, then y'all let me know inside the comment section box down below. But yeah, y'all let me know. And NWA, because I haven't heard no other albums by NWA except one album. I think it was called NWA, if I'm not mistaken, or F the Police. I don't know, but I only listen to one album.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five aimed to expand the lyrics of hip-hop beyond the usual party songs.
Broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the stage, you know they just don't care.
And it's fair to say that the song succeeded at becoming that.
My son said, Daddy, I don't want to go to school because the teacher's a jerk. He must think I'm a fool.
The track focused heavily on what inner city poverty really meant. And as the decade moved forward and hip-hop moved into a new age, more rap songs focused on more than just party.
I'm expressing with my full capabilities.
Prominent rap groups like NWA focused heavily on expressing political views and their opinions.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Despite the pushback they were getting from the general public, NWA stayed true to themselves.
Their message that cops abused them when they were growing up hit home with a lot of people.
5 white guys walking together are friends. 5 black guys walking together is a gang. In the police eyes.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitude.
White people and non-hip-hop fans hated NWA.
Straight out of Compton. This the only album I heard, and this album dang near that. This album almost a 10 out of 10 too, though. Like, nah. 8 ball, I got the 8 ball jumping. Come on now, stop it. Now that, man, listen, when I heard that song, Eazy-E snap. Even though Ice Cube probably wrote it, Eazy-E snap, bro. It's not even Eazy-E. I don't even think, like, Forget, I don't care if he didn't rap. I don't care if he didn't make his own raps. That brother voice, with how he rapped, like how it came out was immaculate though. Like it just sounds so, he didn't sound like nobody. Like, especially around that time, nah. Then their beats were knocking. Dr. Dre did his thing. Who else? The yellow boy, the light-skinned brother, I think he was a producer too. Him and Dr. Dre snapped. Oh my goodness. MC Ren, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube, man, MC Ren was him. MC Ren was him. Now, I can't tell you who's better, MC Ren or Ice Cube. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Come on now. Dr. Dre, that brother suck at rapping though. Oh, I'm not gonna say he suck at rapping, but I heard that brother ain't make most of his raps neither, though. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. That brother was pulling the Eazy-E.
Built to last.
But honestly, that didn't stop their album Straight Outta Compton from being a massive success. And if anything, it probably did help. By the same token, also happening in hip-hop was the rise of Public Enemy.
It's a new thing. Check out Fism.
I should mention though that Public Enemy was way more politically charged than NWA ever was.
Is that Flavor Flav, buddy? Yo, Flavor Flav? Nah, hold up. I didn't know Flavor Flav was a rapper. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. On me, I did not know Flavor Flav was a rapper. I thought that brother was just a guest host on Flavor Flav. You mean he got the big old clock on him, though? That thing been popping since the 80s? Nah. I used to see the show. He had all the women on there. That brother was going crazy. Let me find out Flavor Flav was really him and rapping.
It's a new thing. Check out Fism.
I should mention though that Public Enemy was way more politically charged than NWA ever was.
And he was in Public Enemy? This guy got on a wooden clock. And the thing looked like it's ticking too. And he got on this Abraham Lincoln hat. Oh, no, brother.
And you can see that in what is probably their most iconic song in Fight the Power. Further, it's simplifying the evolution that hip-hop was taking and showing that lyrical substance can be an important element of what made hip-hop hip-hop.
Yo, Flavor Flav was like a young Boosie, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's going on?
At the same time as rappers dive deeper into what could be said through the lyrics, the sound of the genre also began to change with groups like A Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul.
I know this, so I point at Q-Tip and he stay black as black.
Both of those groups would center on the positive side of lyrics, blending.
I know this brother did not just come in the camera, pointed the camera. Did he just say God is black? Oh my God.
So began to change with groups like A Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul.
I know this, so I point at Q-Tip and he stay black as black.
Both of those groups would center on the.
Did he say God is black or did he say black is black? Who is this goofy? No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, if y'all told me to react to this, I would not be very excited. I would react to this with a meme mug. Every thumbnail is gonna be a meme mug. I'm not gonna lie to you, a meme mug. I'm gonna be straight like that, and as the thumbnail. I'm not playing with y'all guys. What's going on? He too happy for me. I'm not used to being around people that's too happy. That stuff makes me mad when I see people too happy, because I think it's weird. I'm not used to being around people that's always happy. I'm not even used to really being happy all the time. So why the freak is you being weird? I'm gonna think like, what's wrong with this guy? Nah, that's too positive for me, my brother.
Hip-hop.
Like, listen to these boys.
At the same
They got bubbles in music videos, though, and flowers. What the freak?
time as rappers dive deeper into what could be said through the lyrics, the sound of the genre also began to change with groups like A Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul.
I know this, so I point at Q-Tip and he stay black as black.
Both of those groups would
Black
center
is
on the
black.
positive side of lyrics, blending smoothly with the dreamy vibe that their beats would often carry. However, as we headed into the 90s, it was the solo artists that were now the new stars of the.
Whoa, my brother, why you ain't mention Eric B and Rakim? They was popping in the 80s. Or were they like the 80s, 90s-ish? You feel me? And they kind of got like overshadowed by the solo artists. We gonna see.
Genre. And under this new direction that hip-hop was taking, a young star was rising in the underground of New York hip-hop. And he went by the name of Nasty Nas. Although the public hadn't heard much of him, the hype was insane.
There were 5 producers instead of 1.
We're in the laboratory right now. You know what I'm saying? Just finished the LP, Illmatic. Got Primo, my man Jungle, Killer B, LES, Q-Tip, and my man Lost Professor. I was just crossing my fingers that all these producers, P-Rock, Premier, and Q-Tip, I was lucky to have Lost Professor. I got with him early on, and he introduced me to the rest of them.
I met Nas through a friend of mine, Lost Professor.
No. Nas is nice. I'm putting him on first.
Yo, and then just starts kicking the verse. So, and did it in one take. And we would just like, and then I remember when he did the whole take, he goes, well, how was that? Was that cool? You know, all shy and everything. Was that cool? We were like, dude, New York's about to go crazy.
Released in 1994, it's almost impossible to grasp how much Illmatic would change hip-hop and rap as a genre. We could focus on the sound of the album. Each track had its own sound and energy, which made for an exciting listen as each producer aimed to create a different experience.
With some nasty, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Q-Tip look like George Gervin. I'm not gonna lie to you though, that brother like George Gervin.
For an exciting listen, as each producer aimed to create a different experience.
With some nasty, you know what I'm saying?
He was like, yo, that's my man Nas. So I said, yo, tell him I hit him with a track, man. I got something that'll fit just right for him. You know what I'm saying? And then I came up with the track, and we did it, and we put it on the album.
Of course, though, the sounds of the album were essentially just the impressive background to the painting that was Illmatic, as the main focus of the album was Nas's words.
When I take out my fronts, then I start the front. Matter of fact, I'll be on a manhunt.
Every track had cool and slick bars that aimed to tell a story or just showcase Nas's supreme lyricism. Or maybe even both. An example of how Nas made you feel emotion through his lyrics was the 7th track, One Love.
What up, kid? I know this is rough doing your bit.
Produced
One Love is that. One love, one love, one. Nah, that's that.
By Q-Tip, the song was written as a
It's either, in my opinion, with that album right there, it's either the beat is iconic or the verses are immaculate. It's either the beat is tough, like, in my opinion, my favorite song of that whole, I told y'all, it ain't hard to tell, but that has a lot to do with that beat. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh my God! No, he said with Michael Jackson, and he went dumb. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Not gonna lie. Nah, it ain't hard to tell. Is that, my brother, is that. I'm not gonna lie.
of letters directed to friends of Nas that were now in prison.
Dear born, you'll be out soon, stay strong. Out in New York.
If they play it ain't hard. If they play it ain't hard to tell, I'm telling you, I might cry. I might cry. That's one of them ones.
It's done in a way where you learn through the letters about the people that these are directed at. Although not explicitly said, you can also feel how close Nas is to them.
It was my dog when push came to shove. One love.
Everything that he's saying has a purpose. Like on the first verse, when Nas mentions his friend's son.
Congratulations, know you got a son. I heard he looks like you. Why don't your lady write you?
On the surface, you might think it doesn't do much, but it lets you know a lot about the friend. We know that the friend doesn't even know what the kid looks like, and that he's not in the best terms with his mom, and neither is Nas.
I was like, yeah, shorty don't care. She a snake too, messing with the crumbs from that fake crew that hate you.
Which implies a sense of loyalty that Nas has to this person that this is written for. And unfortunately, the events that happen on the song is something that is way too common for people that don't live the wealthiest life, which at the end of the day is who this song is meant for anyways.
I dedicate Illmatic to my man Illmatic Ice doing time for murder right now, and he was kind of like a strong path to follow and look at, even though he got caught up and misled into the wrong situation, and now he's caught in the system right now. I still dedicated the album to him. It came from friends of mine. He was locked up, and I just started noticing everybody was putting one love at the end. It's like unity together, and never forget that.
Other tracks on the album, however, focus.
Yo, y'all don't understand, bro. Michael Jackson, that's Human Nature, ain't it? That's a Human Nature sample. Human Nature is my favorite Michael Jackson song. Nas murdered that sample. Nas murdered that sample. I don't know who had a better sample, him or Letter to My Unborn Child by Tupac. They both sampled a Michael Jackson song. Michael Jackson's Tupac sample Liberian Girl or something like that. Never heard that song in my life, by the way. You feel me? I'm going to keep it a buck with you. So I don't know if he really sampled. I want to know how much he actually sampled. You feel me? I got to hear the original song to be like, okay, I can see. Nas, though.
You know, and
listen,
forget that.
Tell me it ain't hard to tell.
Other tracks on the album, however, focus on Nas's penmanship.
It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail. The mic is contacted, I attract clients.
It Ain't Hard to Tell is a great sample. Sampling Michael Jackson's Human Nature, Nas flows effortlessly from one bar to the next, exhibiting a great understanding of multisyllabic rhyme schemes, punchlines, and wordplay. This rhythmatic explosion is what your frame of mind has chosen as a crazy bar. And I think a big reason for why Nas's lyricism works the way that it does is that Nas understands that hip-hop is an extension of poetry.
You know, it's easy to freestyle. Freestyle is a hip-hop thing, but I definitely like to give credit to brothers who sit down and write the lyrics and make it more poetry, you know what I mean?
And I think that's why when you see Nas break down his own lyrics, you see the love for the artistry that is rapping that Nas has.
This is the first time anybody's gonna hear me. It's my first album. And I'm explaining to you how I see myself, how I want you to see me. Wisdom be leaking out my grapefruit troop. Now let me explain that line.
Please.
So troop is just what we call each other, right? Troop.
Right,
hey, what's
like
up,
my
troop?
gang, my
yeah,
group.
my guys. Grapefruit is this thing, your noodle, your noggin, your whatever. As I'm doing this word, you know, I'm trying to sound cool, you know, and you know, with just other words for my.
And that's one of the ways your pen is extreme.
And I want to make it.
Who does this great Samaritan of a woman think she is? She said, that's why your pen game is so unique. Nah. And he just looked at her and started smiling. He like, oh, snap, you resonate with my music? Nah. That's how he looked at her. He like, dang, that's a compliment. That's probably the best compliment he got in his life, though. It's not about the compliment itself, it's who it's coming from. That speaks volumes. You mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if I was a rapper back in the 90s, and I'm talking about, I'm gonna just be straight up. If a white person told me they rock with my music, a white person, and they was like, nah, he the greatest, and they tell you that to you, you gotta feel good on the inside. You gotta feel good that a white person could resonate with you in the streets and really like feel your story. Nah, that's different. A person who didn't even grow up like you, or a person who is different in color, despite all the history that happened before them, like, that has to be a great feeling to know that somebody supports you and somebody really rocks with you. Like, nah.
As I'm doing this word, you know, I'm trying to sound cool, you know, and you know, with just other words for my.
And that's one of the ways your pen is extreme.
And I want to make it clear, because lyrical rap nowadays is just people spitting bars for the sake of spitting bars. But when Nas said something, it really did mean something.
This one of them ones too.
And the best example of this is New York State of Mind.
Nah, this is the second best song off the album. New York State of Mind is Actually, I don't even know what's the second best song, because it ain't hard to tell. That's locked. That's locked on me. That's locked. Oh my God, that's locked. That's locked. That's number one best song. Represent is up there. One Love is up there. The world is whose world is the world is yours. That's up there. You feel me? That's up there. I don't know. New York State of Mind is up there because he was flowing effortlessly. Y'all talking about he was flowing off of It Ain't Hard to Tell. He was flowing effortlessly on New York State of Mind, and that beat is sick. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about beats. Come on.
It really did mean something.
Oh, that thing is knocking.
And the best example of this is New York State of Mind.
Once they caught us off guard, the Mac 10 was in the grass, and I ran like a cheetah with thoughts of an assassin.
The track is special in that Nas is able to both showcase his lyrical complexity and his ability to tell a story.
I'm not gonna lie to you, this is my first time ever saying this in my whole entire life. I'm not gonna lie to you, my first time ever saying this. Nas have the most perfect album. He has the best hip-hop album of all time. I swear to you, I'm saying that wholeheartedly. Nas has the best hip-hop album of all time. Nas has the best hip-hop album of all time. I'm going to say it again. Nas have the best hip-hop album of all time. Better than Tupac, better than Biggie, better than Eminem, better than Lauryn Hill, better than any rap artist you could put against him. Nas has that throne. It's better than any group album. It's better than any solo album. It's better than Doggy Style. It's better than Eric B. and Rakim, Eric B. for President. It's better than any album you could name. It's better than all of those albums. And I don't even think it comes close. Dang near, depending on who you're talking to, every song is a 10 off that album. Like, it's to the point where the album is so good and it's not that many songs on there, but you can't even pick which song is the best song off the album. That's what makes it so great. You can't even pick the best song. Like, say You're Not Me. Say You're Not Me. And I'm so stuck on It Ain't Hard to Tell. If You're Not Me, you can't even pick the best song off the album, though. I'm going to keep it a buck.
The track is essentially him describing what it's like to live in New York, or in other words, what it really means to have a New York state of mind. In the latter half of the first verse, for example, Nas tells the story of a shooting, but he uses the shooting to make commentary on how he feels about the violence around him.
It's like the game ain't the same. Got younger niggas pulling the triggers, bringing fame to their name.
But the track really shines when breaking down the lines of Nas's imagery. As through a variety of metaphors and similes, Nas shows the true art of lyricism and words in hip-hop.
Give me a Smith & Wesson, I have niggas undressing.
Even when Nas is flexing on the
Wesson dress, oh my God.
Track about being a good rapper, he makes it clear that the reason why he's a good rapper is because he grew up where he had to grow up. Like, he needed to rap to escape that reality.
Anytime you got people coming from these neighborhoods, it has no choice but to produce a product like that.
I lay puzzle as I backtrack the...
Like, this is what I mean with the whole Wu-Tang thing. I don't know if my supporters watch all my videos, like they watch all my videos from different artists, or I don't know if y'all watch just strictly videos from y'all favorite artists, you feel me? But when I did Wu-Tang album 36 Chambers, you feel me? Their beats were not knocking like Nas though, and they both came out same year. This is what y'all not understanding. 36 Chambers, their beats did not sound like these beats, which it sounded like it was 94. It sounded like it came out the year it came out. With Tupac album, Are You Still Down? Remember Me. Or Remember Me, Are You Still Down? However that album go, not my favorite album. It sounds old school. It don't sound mod. It didn't sound like this. this album right here is like timeless. The beats sound so like modern. Like it sounds so tough. Like the beats were knocking compared to all the other early 90s songs. That's probably why I like NWA so much too though. NWA had them beats was knocking. Like, nah, y'all, I hope y'all get where I'm coming from though. I hope I get where I'm coming from. Re-listen to that Tupac album, Are You Still Down? Re-listen to 36 Chambers, 38 Chambers, whatever that album was by Wu-Tang, and re-listen to Illmatic. And y'all tell me, production-wise, y'all tell me, beat-wise, who has the better beats? Because Nas definitely has the better beats. And all of those songs, were all recorded in 84. I mean, I can kind of give Pac some slack though, because y'all told me some of his songs are from 83 and 84. 83 is that's dang near 80s flow. That's dang near 80s flow. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's dang near 80s type music. That's like early in his career, so I ain't gonna judge too hard. But Wu-Tang, listen, I can't cut y'all no slack, my brother.
At times, nothing's equivalent to the new.
But Raekwon album by itself, that.
Tracks like this really show the evolution of hip-hop, because essentially this is the same thing as The Message with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. But you can clearly see that the skills when it comes to rapping are worlds apart. The opening bar of the track goes as follows.
Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking.
And honestly, I think that's just the perfect way to describe.
Rappers are monkey. Rappers. Why the freak is there no N in monkey? Mookie. Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking. Come on now, talk to me. Talk to me.
The opening bar of the track goes as follows.
Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking.
And honestly, I think that's just the perfect way to describe.
Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking. But where is you going with this, my brother?
And what made him iconic and how he changed the rap game. Everybody's rapping style is somewhat influenced by Nas's Illmatic, whether directly or indirectly. And it's almost impossible to cover everything that made Nas great. But I want to cover one more track that I think helps explain why Illmatic is considered to be one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time.
What song is it? It's yours!
Produced by Pete Rock, the fourth track on Illmatic is what I believe to be the most emblematic of what makes the record stand out. And it really begins with the production.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This might be the biggest song off the album number-wise, because I heard this song on 2K. If it make it on 2K, you made it. If you make it on 2K, hey, that song might be busted on me. And I heard it on 2K for a couple years. Come on now, this I think this was the intro song on 2K11. You mean? Like, nah. Come on.
The instrumentation of the track samples I Love Music by the Ahmad Jamal Trio.
Oh, this was
the song that it samples is great. It's 7 minutes of a smooth piano playing, and it just flows smoothly.
You see that brother fingers? That brother talking about some. That brother, oh my God. I know that brother had arthritis in his fingers. Oh my God. Every time he did this, them fingers crack every time.
The entirety of the song. But it's at the
7 minutes of straight piano play is insane. No words, it's straight notes. Nah.
Is great. It's 7 minutes of a smooth piano playing, and it just flows smoothly for the entirety of the song. But it's at the 5-minute mark that the piano riff for The World Is Yours is found. And honestly, that riff right there was perfect for Nas.
It has a life of itself, you know, without even one word on it. When I heard it, it had a life to itself. It was like, I needed music that really...
So that brother, that brother was just listening to instrumentals, basically. Essentially, that brother was listening to instrumentals and was like, this the one. This part right here, this the one right here. That brother got an ear for talent.
It's a lie.
Whose world is this?
Although Nas' storytelling isn't focused on in the song, his imagery shines the brightest that it did the whole album.
I'm out for dead presidents to represent me.
I'm out for money to represent who I am as a person. I'm out for money that represents me as a person. Come on now, talk to me.
Most people recognize the iconic "I'm out for dead presidents to represent me" at the end of the first verse, but even beyond that, the song has a lot of gold to dig through.
Understandable smooth shit that murderers move with, the thief's theme.
In the first verse, Nas says that his rhymes are going past the margin in his notebook. And I really believe him, because the type of lyrics and words that are written here show an insane amount of talent.
In my book of rhymes, all the words past the margin, the whole of mic I'm dropping, mechanical move.
And maybe talent isn't even the right word, because it's clear that whoever wrote this put a lot of work into it.
I need a new for this black cloud to follow, cause while it's over me, it's too dark to see tomorrow.
You don't just get lucky and stumble upon dwelling in the rotten apple. You get tackled or caught by the devil's lasso. Shit is a hassle. Like, I don't know, when Jay-Z was talking about you was using it wrong, I think Nas used every bar on this song perfectly. But even beyond the song and the instrumentation, I think what really makes this song special to me is what it represents. The story of this teenager in New York who found love in the poetry of rapping makes an album that changes the way the art form is made. And although it may have seemed impossible for a young kid, he would soon realize that he could change the world, because the reality is that the world is yours.
Everybody make money out here. Try to get some money, everybody getting arrested.
Yo, they had YNs in the 90s. That brother looked bad. That brother looked like a demon. Oh my goodness. That brother looked like he trouble. That brother toboggan all the way down to his eyebrows. Holy crap. Nah. Man, save them young brothers, man. For real, save them young brothers. Save them young brothers. Them young brothers needs help. Them young brothers need help for real.
Realize that he could change the world, because the reality is that the world is yours.
Everybody make money out here. Try to get some money, everybody getting arrested, shot at, beat up. I'm just doing.
That brother like he been through a lot early.
This is the music of life, and I die for this. So to everybody out there that...
You said this the music for life. I die for this. You gonna die for some music, my brother? Nah, you got it. You got it.
Listen to rap, keep it up, stay strong, don't let nobody misguide you. One love.
Honestly, it's been a while since a video has taken this much energy out of me, but I rock with it. Shout out to me on this one. Shout out to y'all as well, of course. But
hey, shout out King Benny Garcia, man. I'm not watching the rest of that video, my brother. That brother shouting himself out. Hey, I salute you, my brother. That was a great video. I shout out you for putting out this great content. You mean? Keep doing your thing, my brother. But hey, y'all comment down below. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that video right there, man. That was that was a nice little video. Took me about 40 minutes to get this video out for y'all. You feel me? 40-minute video, Nas video. Y'all tell me how y'all feeling. That's dang near album reaction. What's going on? But you know, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell to be notified every time I drop a video, man. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Hope y'all enjoy.